everybody. Today I am going to attempt my first hair tutorial. Normally anytime I've done this it's been like FabFitFun or makeup stuff or just me talking about silly things, but I'm going to attempt to do this on video, which might be humorous because I burn myself occasionally. So be patient with me, but someone recently asked if I would do a video of how I curl my hair. So that's what I'm gonna do. So first, I think that the product that you use in your hair and the actual device that you're using to curl your hair does make a big difference. I mean, for some people whose hair is very, very easy to curl or holds curl really well, it might not matter as much, but if you want really long-lasting curls and the ability to have curls for like 2 or 3 days without having to completely redo your whole head, which if you have a lot of hair is a big deal, to not have to like redo it all, but just be able to touch it up. I think that what you're using, like products in your hair, and then the actual type of wand or curling iron is very important. And everyone has one that works for them. I've tried several. It wasn't until just recently that I started curling my hair a lot because my hair is naturally curly. And so it used to be when I was younger, I didn't have to do that because I could just wash it and let it dry and it would do its thing. But as I got older and had kids and hormonal changes and health issues and all that kind of stuff, the natural curl just kind of turned into a weird half wave frizz. It didn't have that really pretty, like beachy kind of curl to it. So what I have found works for me is this is the 25 millimeter curling wand from Lange. It's made out of titanium, and so it holds the curl longer, and it actually makes your hair look healthier and shinier like after you use it, which is crazy. But you'll see when I take my hair down, you guys are just gonna see like my 3-day hair. It hasn't been washed in 3 days because I'm training it so that I don't have to wash it as much because it gets really dry. But anyways, you'll see that after I use this, it just looks healthier and shinier and all that kind of stuff. And as far as product, I'm gonna show you also what I use. The products that I have today, they are Lange products as well. I've kind of played around with some of them. Some of them I love, some of them I don't care for too much just because of my hair type. My hair is very processed. I naturally have very dark hair. But I've been, as gray has started coming in, I've started highlighting it, and so that takes its own toll on your hair. So I've tried to find products that are going to help keep it healthy and shiny and try to minimize like breakage and things like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is, because it has been 3 days since I've washed it, something that's essential if you're trying to do that, to train your hair to not have to wash your hair every day, is like a really good dry shampoo. And Lange has a really good dry shampoo. It doesn't leave any kind of a white like flake on your hair. So if you have dark hair, you know what I mean. Like a lot of dry shampoos, they just leave this powdery color and consistency on your hair. But this doesn't do that. And so I can just spray like up in the crown where it tends to get a little oily. And it also, a good benefit is it adds volume, like just in and of it, like, see, just, it helps the root to not, you know, just lay there flat. And it smells really good. It smells fresh. It also, if you can remember to do it at night, like if you know you're not gonna wash your hair the next day, if you can put it on at night, it gives it time to absorb you know, all those oils and stuff up in here. And so it could just kind of is a time saver in the morning if your mornings are busy and crazy. So I put that in there and let that kind of just work it around with my fingers. And let it just do its thing. Just like that. There's a look for you. Okay. The next thing I do, because my hair is heavily, this looks crazy, because it is heavily processed and the ends and stuff are dry, adding heat to it can just cause more damage. So Lange's Heat Shield is pretty good. It protects your hair from the heat damage. So when I'm doing this, you might see like some little swivels of like steam or smoke. It's not frying my hair. It's this barrier that I've put on it, like the alcohol or whatever's in it, that it's burning that out. But it's keratin infused and it locks out humidity. So I am one that could straighten my hair and then go outside, and within 2 minutes, I look like Shirley Temple with frizz. Because the humidity, my hair just soaks it up. So, and this smells really good. It smells kind of like candy. Like, I heard someone describe it as like watermelon gummy worms. If you watched the video that I did where I was doing my daughter's hair, when she got to do her little surprise or whatever, I used it on her. If I'm ever gonna straighten it, sometimes she likes to have it straightened because it's just easier for her to brush. I don't like to do it a lot because I don't want her hair to get damaged. She has beautiful hair, but I do it sometimes just so she can have that experience of brushing her hair not always being a nightmare. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. This one is called the Ondule, I believe. So it doesn't have a heat setting, but after I got this one, of course, they came out with a newer model where you can actually adjust the heat. So everybody's hair is differently. I probably still would use it on one of the higher settings because my hair can be harder to curl and hold curl. Which is why I went with the titanium. They also make it in ceramic. So if your hair is not as hard to curl and holds curl okay, you can do the ceramic one. Also the other one, and I'm sure it's because people have had the same issue that I have, has like a protective like rubber tip on the top. Because especially the first couple months that I used this thing, I had burns like all over my hand, and it comes with a glove. I'm just not that skilled. Like when I have the glove on, I can't feel like how much hair I have, and I'm all like fumbly because I don't know what's happening because you're trying to operate with one glove. But I've learned, and the longer my hair is, the easier it is. When I'm getting down like, you know, some of these shorter pieces back here, you all will see. I burned myself. I've had all kinds of scars and stuff, but the new one has the tip. So I just ordered, they're doing a Mother's Day special right now for what they call the LeSync, which is 5 curling wands in one. Like it has like the base and then the actual wands switch out. It's normally like $300, which I never could have afforded that, but they have it on super sale right now for $99 at their website. So I ordered it, and it also has like a bubble wand and a tapered wand. It's got the bigger wand that if you want looser curls, all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on and let that be heating while I'm parting my hair out. Sorry if I'm talking too much. I just kind of start right here above my ear and just kind of separate it out so I can do those like harder to reach places back there. And just kind of hold this up and clip it. Oh, one's gonna hold it today, praise God. And then just brush that out. And sometimes if I feel like I didn't get the heat shield good, like underneath, I'll go back and just do a couple sprays and let that dry while the wand's heating. It doesn't take the wand long at all, but it gets super hot. I don't remember what the temperature is exactly, but it'll say on its website if any of you are interested in buying one. I don't get any, I always feel like it's necessary for me to say this. I don't get any like kickback or anything from it. This is just me playing around with stuff and letting you know what I think is worth it and what's not of what I've tried. And if there's anything that you guys have like within reason that you've seen that you want me to try or review, I love doing that kind of stuff. It'll just depend on, you know, how much spending money I have left and if I can buy it to try it and review it, but I don't mind doing that if there's something in particular. The next thing I'm gonna do is those Moxie lashes. Have you guys seen all the ads? They're the ones that have the magnetic eyeliner and they just like attach on. If they work, I'm gonna wear them every day. I've not tried to apply false eyelashes myself with the glue. I've heard it can be a little tricky. Some people say it's not hard at all, but the thought that I could just put on eyeliner and boop, they pop on, I'm excited about that. So whenever I order those and get them in, I'll do one so you guys can see. Okay, so let's see if I can get through this without burning myself. I'm gonna try to start toward the back so that I can work forward. I try to get just work in smaller pieces back here. And really it just depends on how tight you want the curl and what you want the curl to look like. The more hair that you put around the barrel, the looser the curl will be, the less hair, the tighter the curl is gonna be. And same with the size of the barrel. If you want tighter curls, get the smaller barrel, or if you have like super short hair, I would do the 25, which is what I've got. If you have longer hair and you like the looser beachy wave curls, I would go with, I think it's the 35 millimeter. Okay, so here we go. The important thing that I have discovered, oh, hold on, my cord's caught. Okay, the important thing that I've discovered about making sure that your curls come out the way you want them and are consistent is doing your very best at making sure that when you're curling, the barrel points down. And I know a lot of people like will rotate some curls going away from their face, some going toward. I do all mine the same way. I'm just not that talented, and I haven't noticed that big of a difference to make it worth the extra burns of me fumbling around. So you're just gonna wrap it, and I leave the end out a little bit because I just like the way that looks. Some people do not. So the closer you get the hair to the end, it'll just curl all the way down. And then I hold it for a little while just because I'm not sure if it was completely heated, but we'll see. And then you can just let it fall. If you have trouble with your curls falling out easily, I suggest that when you drop the curl that you kind of hold it and just gently push it back up toward your head and kind of let it cool in that curl pattern, and it will hold a little bit longer. And I am telling the truth now, I'm a crazy sleeper. I'm not one of those people who have gotten to the point where I sleep with like the silk wrap or the silk pillowcase. I think I would like to try that because it could make my life easier. See, you'll be able to see better the closer I get to the front. I'm pretty crazy, like I'm just all over the place. And so when I wake up in the morning my hair is pretty crazy. I kind of have the nickname of Mufasa most days. But I will say that with this, the curls are still intact. I will have to, like, around the edges, just kind of go through and brush through and touch some of them up. But for the most part, they hang in there. So when you see, like, people advertise for this particular brand, I can't speak for a lot of others yet, that they're true to their word. Like, you really can get 2 to 3 day curls without having to do this like every single time. I also think the curls hold better if you do it, if you wait, like the next day after you wash your hair. When I've tried to curl my hair right after washing and blow drying it, it doesn't hold as long. And I don't know if it's just because it being dirty, like, helps. Or the oil or something helps the curls hold. But that's been my experience. So I usually, on day 1 of washing my hair, I usually straighten it, or just do like a blowout or something like that. And then I wait until the next day or the day after to curl it. Again, the barrel is pointed down and you just wrap it around. So far, so good, y'all. No burns yet. I did recently buy some extensions too. And I've got pictures that I can show you guys. I put the extensions in and then curled it. Took me forever though. Like, I just was not used to having that much hair. But the good thing is the extensions, when I took them out, they still, like, they held curl awesome. And they're real hair. They're sold by the same company. So you can curl them, wash them, style them, like whatever. If you take really good care of them, I think they could last you like a year or so. I think is what their website says. But they just clip in and out. And I got the really long ones. But curling was easier. I'll wait and get that one. It's hard to see. I've missed some, haven't I? Shoot. It's hard to see. I also am, like, I'm using my phone as a mirror, so maybe I can get those on this side. So if I miss a few pieces, that's why. I can't see super well. But I'm gonna try to get some of these back ones real quick. Again, facing down. Don't burn yourself, Cheryl. I'm really excited about getting these ones with the protective tip on it. Because that's usually always where I get burned, is like as I'm wrapping my hand around. Like just the tip of that wand will catch. If you hear my kids in the background, they're playing outside right now, but I don't know how long that's gonna last, so they might be in here. And if Livy sees me doing a video, she's gonna want to be in it. Okay. It's really hard to see. Like, I've got great respect for these people who do this all the time. Like, I gotta figure out what their solution is to this, because I can't see very well. feeling this side's gonna be. I'm gonna move you guys a little closer to me. Woo! Okay. So that I can see better. I haven't tried this brand straightener yet because years ago, I mean years and years ago, I found a straightener that changed my life, and I've never veered from that brand, and it's Chi. It's the Chi brand. Because growing up with super curly hair and trying just like the drugstore, like metal plate straighteners, never worked. Just fried my hair, and then as soon as I'd walk outside or break a sweat, like it was curly again. But the Chi one had ceramic plates in it, and it just changed my life. For the first time, I had like silky smooth straight hair. And so I haven't tried their straighteners, but everything of theirs that I have tried, I've really liked. Some of the, like I said, some of the hair products, like I could take or leave. But that probably has more to do with, it's just not for my particular hair type. But I'm just gonna section another piece off. Sorry if this video is getting long. I might be able to go back and edit it and just kind of do a little quicker so you don't have to hear me ramble. But when I'm doing it in front of a mirror, it goes a lot faster. Okay. I've also kind of like by accident learned, everyone has a little bit of a different technique when they're wrapping the strand around the hair. Some people will kind of twist the hair strand and then wrap it, which just gives it a different looking curl. Mine's kind of like a hybrid between, like, it's like when I first wrap it, I'll show you when I do the next one. When I first wrap it, it kind of just lays flat, and then as I wrap, the strand kind of twists. But whatever it is, like, I like it. I like how it turns out. Look at that. And you can just kind of manipulate it to look how you want it to. And I wouldn't get frustrated if you are struggling with figuring out how to get your hair to look like, you know, the magazines or whatever. Not that my hair when it's done looks like the magazines, but you know what I'm saying. Don't give up after you, like if you try it and the first time is really hard or they don't look just right, just keep, like, have fun with it, keep playing with it, because eventually you're gonna find what works for you, and you're gonna find the product and the curling apparatus and all that works for you. And it's worth it, because when you feel good about yourself, like there's no other feeling like that. Like when you walk out the door and you know, I look good today. It's a good feeling, and it kind of, for me anyways, it changes the whole rest of my day. If I feel good about myself, then I have more confidence, and I'm less likely to be negative and think about all the things that I don't like about myself. So I'm always a big, like, supporter of people doing things that are gonna make you feel good about who you are and feel beautiful, because God has made all of his daughters beautiful. And it's okay to feel good about yourself. And sometimes it takes a little extra time, but it's worth it in my experience. Like those days when I'm just over it and I just put my hair up and I just, you know, do whatever. I don't put any makeup on. Like some days that just has to happen, and that's okay. But man, I just don't feel as good as the other days when I actually take the time to try. And I think other people notice, like, even if they don't, notice a particular, like you curled it differently or whatever, they notice how you react to things, and like your overall mood is noticeable. Around the front, especially when I get to the top, I won't hold these pieces as long because I generally don't like the pieces right in the front of my head to have as tight of a curl. Just because I think sometimes it looks weird. Oh, I've got pieces that aren't getting in there. I can't see, y'all. If somebody has experience with this that happens upon this video, help a sister out, and please clue me in on the tricks of the trade. This brush that I'm using, I know I sound like when I do these things that I'm just like really supporting one particular brand of everything, but usually I can only afford to try one particular brand at a time. But this brush is the bomb. It's by Lange as well. And you guys have seen, if you haven't, my daughter, her hair is crazy curly. She has beautiful, long, red, curly hair. And she would just cry and cry when it was time to brush her hair. And I would too, because I know what that feels like. My hair was the same when I was younger. But this brush is just, it's awesome. It doesn't pull. It doesn't tangle. They make it, I don't know what they call this one. It's like it's a vented brush. And I use that on wet hair. And then they also make a paddle brush that you can use when it's dry. And I've heard that both of them are amazing. Right now I only have the vented, but my sisters and some other people who have come to visit me have tried it. And they all fell in love with it and ended up buying one. And they might be a little bit more than like your average Walmart brush, but it was that's like something that I really believe was worth the money. I think I paid $10 for it. Got a lot of hair back here. And I hope that this is helpful. I know that it's not gonna look perfect, but as far as the technique goes, for those who are asking me to do a video, I'm hoping that it just shows you it's really, like, it's not hard to just wrap it around. It's just about getting used to, the awkwardness of holding the barrel down and making the curls consistent and then not burning yourself. So if there are any of you who are thinking about buying a wand from Lange, and you haven't yet, I recommend the Ondule is the cheapest. I think right now, the one that I'm using, it's like $39 on their website, which is awesome. Super, super worth it, because I think originally it was more than that. But it's either on sale or they dropped the price. But if you buy one, I would recommend either doing that LeSync right now, because you're basically getting 5 wands for really cheap, $99, because the barrels just switch out. And so that's really cool. So that back one, I twisted more so to make it easier for me to wrap it than anything else, not to make the curl look different. I would recommend getting the ones that have the tip on them. And all of them in that LeSync set have that protective tip. And I believe because of the barrel, like the temperatures are adjustable as well. So it's just much more versatile, and I believe it's definitely worth it. And when I get the new set in, I can do another one showing you what the different wands do, because I'm excited about that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this last piece. And then I'll show you how I kind of loosen them up. I go ahead and put my part over here. Oops. Barrel down. I'm especially excited to try the bubble wand. It's what it's called. Like, well, I think the name of it's like the La Pearl or something, but it just has these like little bubbles all around it, and it gives more of like a Shirley Temple-y, like glamorous kind of curl instead of like this beach wavy thing that's happening right now. And sometimes I'm not too quick either, and I'll show you as soon as I finish these last few pieces. I leave the wand on until after I've like fluffed my curls and styled it or whatever, just in case, because sometimes you miss a piece or a piece isn't laying right. It doesn't matter how many times I do my hair and how, like I could do it the exact same way, but as most of y'all know, hair has a mind of its own, and nobody can convince me otherwise. But I want to show you like how like dry and stuff like this strand can look, but when you wrap it, like it just, the curls just look amazing. It just makes your hair look healthy and shiny and amazing. Boop. Look at that. Almost done. And please, like after this video, let me know what you think. Like if you think I talk too much or you could care less about the product or whatever, you just want to see curl stuff, let me know, because I really like doing these. It's just kind of a fun hobby for me. It's something that is fun, which we all need that in our life every now and then. Just let me know, because I want to improve and do better. Let me know if it was helpful, or like I said, if there's other products or things that you want me to try, because I also am not afraid, obviously, of making a fool of myself, because at some point during the day, every day, that happens. I end up doing something crazy. Or earlier, I was just videotaping me doing my makeup, because I'm trying to learn how to edit. Like when I record videos, I'm trying to better learn like how to edit them and like do all kinds of stuff. So I didn't really do any sound. I just did my makeup and showed what I was using or whatever. And in the midst of it, like one of my makeup things, like it's a stick bronzer, and as I was rolling it up, like the whole thing just bloop, like it just fell out of the thing. And then I got it like all over my shirt. So I was like, well, I'm happy that that wasn't a live video, because I'm gonna try to go back and edit that out. Woo. Try to hold that down. Look at that. I never dreamed that I would be able to like do this look or whatever, because I never really fancied myself like being real great with hair. Like when I was younger, my hair was naturally curly, so I didn't really have to to do much to it. And it's like foolproof in my opinion. Okay, so normally I would spray hairspray in my hair right now to help hold. And I have even, like, as I would do each layer, gone back and sprayed it to hold it, but I'm currently out. Lange does sell one called Trois Chic, which I was really excited about because it gives you 3 different settings, like light, medium, and heavy hold. It's okay. I don't know yet if it's worth the money for me. Like, it's nice for this kind of thing, but I need a hairspray that can do both, that can like lightly hold this, and then when I have to wear my hair up for uniform and work and all this kind of stuff, that it will keep hairs in place and I don't have, you know, hair flying all over. It wasn't great for like super hold. But they did come out with a new hairspray for super hold, but then I feel frustrated that I'm having to buy 2 products. So still on the lookout for hairspray. So y'all let me know what you use. Okay. So I'm just going to take my hands from underneath and I just kind of loosen those curls up, and some of them will start to separate, and you just kind of twist them back into the pattern that you want them to be. Some people brush through their curls. I don't. Some of it's because I was just always taught you don't brush curly hair. And my hair tends to go like frizzy anyways. And I'm just always worried it's gonna look like a frizzy mess after I've spent all this time curling. And then the crown, I just kind of fluff up so I have some volume in the back. And then at this point, it's just a matter of playing with it. If you see a curl that's not doing something right, like manipulate it back into that curl pattern. You can separate the curls however you need them to go. If you see one that's just looking funky and isn't doing what you want it to do, that's why you leave the wand on for a few minutes until you know for sure you've got it all. For the most part, I think not bad for my first using my phone to do it, if I say so myself. And then up in here, you can do whatever. I really need a haircut, don't we all? During this quarantine. Hold on, guys, you're okay. You can go in and go to the bathroom. Livy! They're not listening. You can go potty.
Okay.
They're like dancing outside. I've got to go to pee. Mommy's doing a video. So, one at a time, please.
What?
One at a time. Leave him be. You shouldn't have to tell kids that, but you do. It's life. Okay. All right. So I don't think I'm gonna have to like touch any up. Now, once I go stand in the bathroom mirror, I'm gonna be like, oh my goodness, I've missed so many. But from what I can see right now, it looks pretty good. So you guys tell me what you think. Let me know if this was helpful, and let me know if there's any other videos that I can do for you guys, because it's fun, and on weekends, like, it keeps me occupied. The only other thing I would say that's helpful, especially for dry, this stuff right here, marula oil, you can spray just a little on the ends, and it'll help keep that shiny, healthy look to it, and just kind of work that in. And then also Nourishing Gloss. This you can put on your, just the tiniest bit on your fingertips, and you can just go in and like, kind of like manipulate those curls back into that pattern, and it just leaves them healthy and shiny and manageable. All of this stuff smells really good. And so it leaves your hair smelling good. But that's it. So nothing really complicated. I do think, like I said, I think the wand that you use and the product that you use, it makes a big difference. But give me your thoughts. Let me know if this was helpful. Thank you for watching me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.